Boredom is not a lack of stimulation. Boredom is a threat alarm. And for most of human history, the humans who felt it the strongest were the ones who survived. Sit with that for a second, because everything you've been told about boredom is backwards. Let's go back 40,000 years. No screens, no roads, no sound except wind, insects, and your own heartbeat. Imagine sitting at the edge of a camp at dusk. The fire is low. The hunt was hours ago. There is nothing to do. No task, no threat in sight, just stillness. To a modern mind, this looks peaceful. To an ancient mind, this was dangerous. Because stillness meant one of two things. Either the environment was safe enough to rest, or you had stopped paying attention to a threat that hadn't arrived yet. Your brain did not evolve to enjoy standing still. It evolved to ask a question during every quiet moment. What am I missing? That single question is the root of boredom. Not emptiness. Vigilance, here's the mechanism, and it's more precise than people assume. The brain has a network called the default mode network. It activates specifically during downtime, when you're not focused on a task. Neuroscientist Marcus Reichel first identified this network in the early 2000s, and what he found changed how we understand rest. The brain is never actually idle. When you stop doing something, this network switches on and starts scanning. Reviewing threats, reviewing memory, reviewing unresolved problems, searching for gaps in your understanding of the environment. In the ancestral world, this scanning was survival maintenance. Who owes me food? Who looked at me strangely earlier? Is that predator pattern in the grass moving or still? Boredom wasn't punishment. It was the brain saying, pay attention, something is unresolved. The humans who ignored that itch, who tolerated total stillness without scanning their surroundings, were more likely to miss the early signs of danger. Predators, shifts in weather, subtle betrayals within the tribe. So natural selection kept the humans who found boredom uncomfortable, almost unbearable. Discomfort was the mechanism that kept our ancestors alert. Now here's where it gets strange. In 2014, a study published in Science had participants sit alone in a room with nothing to do. No phone, no book, just their thoughts. The only other option available to them was a device that delivered a mild electric shock. Many participants chose to shock themselves. Rather than sit with their own unstimulated mind, people opted for pain. Read that again. Boredom was so intolerable that physical discomfort felt like the better option. This tells you something important. Boredom isn't the absence of stimulation. It's an active, aversive state. Your brain doesn't experience boredom as neutral. It experiences it as alarm, which means the discomfort you feel scrolling your phone during a silent elevator ride isn't weakness. It's 40,000 years of threat scanning software running in an environment with nothing left to scan. And this is the part that should genuinely change how you see yourself. You are not addicted to your phone because you're undisciplined. You are responding to an ancient alarm system that has no real threats left to detect, so it manufactures the need for input anyway. Think about your own day for a second. The moment a line at the store gets long, the moment a meeting has a pause, the moment you're waiting for a reply and there's nothing left to do but wait, your hand moves to your phone before your mind even registers the discomfort. That's not distraction. That's an ancient circuit trying to do its job in a world where the job no longer exists. Your ancestors scanned the tree line. You scan a feed. Same circuit, different target. And here's what makes it worse, not better. Modern life removed almost every natural source of the low-grade stimulation your brain evolved to expect. Walking long distances, tracking animals, reading weather, reading faces around a fire for hours at night with nothing else to do but talk and observe. That environment was never boring in the ancestral sense because it was full of small, constant, meaningful signals. Your environment now is either overstimulating or completely flat, rarely in between, so your brain swings between two states it was never designed to sit in for long: total noise or total silence. No wonder stillness feels unbearable. You were built for a middle ground that barely exists anymore. There's a reason your best ideas show up in the shower, or on a walk without headphones, or right before sleep, when your mind is quiet and your body has nowhere else to be. That's the default mode network doing exactly what it was built to do, not manufacturing anxiety, solving problems, reorganizing memory, finding patterns you couldn't see while busy. Boredom, in its natural form, was never your enemy. It was the space where your ancestors planned the next hunt. repaired relationships in the tribe, noticed the thing they'd missed all day. We just forgot how to sit inside it. Somewhere between the fire and the phone, we started treating stillness as a problem to solve instead of a signal worth listening to. Your brain hasn't changed in 40,000 years, but the silence around you has almost disappeared. And maybe that itch you feel, the one that makes you reach for something, anything, the second things go quiet, isn't a flaw. Maybe it's just an old voice, still doing its job, waiting for a world that stopped needing it to listen back.